So it is no secret in the NBA right now that the Golden State Warriors legitimately have one of the smallest teams, if not the smallest team, in the whole entire league. And because of this, there's been a lot of rumors that the Golden State Warriors are trying to kind of fill out their last remaining roster spots with a couple of big men in the NBA. This has led to a lot of Warriors fans and just NBA fans in general saying that they should potentially have a look at potentially trying to get Christian Wood or Bol Bol to the team. After all, Bol Bol recently just got waived by the Orlando Magic and is looking for a new team at the time of making this video. And Christian Wood is, of course, reportedly not receiving a contract worth more than the minimum from any team in the NBA so far. Now, again, if this video comes out and one of these guys has been signed to a different team, then good. I can still release it at the end of the day because it's still somewhat proving my point. And my point is that even if the Golden State Warriors are interested in these two players, which I think they obviously are, they should definitely stay far away from these two guys. Now, you're probably thinking, well, the Warriors need centers. These are probably two of the best centers out there right now. Why should the Warriors stay away from a guy like Bol Bol and Christian Wood? And to be honest, it's quite simple, and that is the fact that neither of these guys would fit in the Golden State Warriors even one little bit, and it would probably somewhat be a train wreck, especially Bol Bol. Look, Christian Wood, if you sign to the team, Christian Wood is still a fantastic scorer who you can try and fit into any system, but how the Golden State Warriors play their big men in the NBA is extremely unique and is by far probably the most unique out of any team really going around. And that is the fact that 95% of the big men that the Golden State Warriors have had in the last couple of years have all been guys that are known to be really good role players who can sacrifice their own game and what they like to do for the better will and good of the team. Perfect example, Kevon Looney. We obviously know that Kevon Looney, if he probably wanted to, this guy could be an absolute paint beast and I think could actually score quite decently in the paint. Again, most people might disagree with me on that. Some people would definitely agree. But how the Golden State Warriors play is they get Kevon Looney to practically go around and just set hundreds of screens every game so that off-ball shooters like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, or formerly Jordan Poole could go around and get open shots on the three-point line or could potentially cut to the basket. Draymond Green has been really known to do a very similar role to this, except he also has the ball in his hands quite a bit. Draymond is known as one of the best screen setters in the league right now, and so is Kevon Looney, and both of them practically go around setting just a bunch of screens to get open Warriors players, and of course, you know, to set some Warriors players to potentially cut here and there as well. Again, it's kind of how every center has gone about this with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, JaMychal Green even got kind of forced into doing it. He didn't exactly do as great as probably what they wanted to. But again, every time the Warriors really get a center, this is kind of the main role that they, of course, do try and get them to do. Again, there have been a couple that have previously not worked in this role. DeMarcus Cousins being the main one. He still thought he was obviously, you know, the best center in the league. And when he was with the Warriors, he got a big reality check when they didn't want him to take a bunch of shots and they just wanted him to set screens. We know James Wiseman didn't really work in the role either, which is very unfortunate for him. You still wonder if a little bit more time was given to Wiseman, if he maybe could have. But where I'm trying to get at here is that Christian Wood and Bol Bol are definitely not these type of guys. Christian Wood is a guy that I think if he goes to a team, he's going to be wanting to be a high volume scorer who I don't think is going to sacrifice his own game to set a bunch of screens for these Golden State Warriors type of players. And then again, Bol Bol is just simply way too skinny, way too weak and not strong enough to be able to be a consistent screen setter for this Golden State Warriors team. Neither of these players would do the main purpose that they would probably be brought to the team. And again, it just wouldn't exactly help out Golden State a whole lot to the point where it would be practically worth signing these guys. Again, Bol Bol is especially the one, right? Bol Bol doesn't really do what the Warriors need at all. Warriors, if they bring in a center, they want him to get rebounds. They want him to be a screen setter. And again, they want him just to be good on the offensive glass, the defensive glass, whatever it may be, right? Bol Bol, to me, is more of an athletic freak that I think how his NBA career might be heading, he's definitely not going to be a rebounder that well, especially because of his, size and frame in terms of weight, not his height, obviously. And of course, I definitely don't think that Bol Bol is going to be a screen setter anytime soon, which is just not what the Warriors need. They need a screen setter. They need these big men to play their role to perfection. While, as I said, Christian Wood, he probably needs to go to a team where he can do what he did similar like to the Dallas Mavericks, where he can be a high volume scorer off the bench and he can just continue to do what he wants to do off the bench. Of course, he's not good enough defensively or anything like that to start in the NBA anymore. We know that. Again, the Dallas Mavericks is the whole reason they brought him off the bench. And I just feel like with the way things are going, his career is just going to be a high volume scorer off the bench, and that's what the future is going to be. And I don't necessarily think that's what the Golden State Warriors need. They're much more system based, and I think they're probably going to attack how they sign centers that way. They're probably going to be looking to sign some centers who are going to set a bunch of screens, defend well, and of course rebound well, which is not exactly anything that Christian Wood is exceptionally good at. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Do you guys agree with my opinion on why the Warriors should stay away from Christian Wood and Bol Bol? Of course, I would definitely like to know. Don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, MLIRL/Floating Channels, which will be linked in the description down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.